Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner, live here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. I'm Nate Mullins. This week, our special guest joining me, Coach Scott Donaldson.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you as always, man. The pleasure is mine. Now, I'll say we're here at Benchwarmers. Come on out and join us, folks. There's plenty of time. They're open till 9. Kitchen's open till 8:30. Come on out here. There's room on the patio. There's room inside. Grab yourself something to eat. If you can't make it out, but you're hungry, you haven't made dinner plans yet, call in your order. You can pick it up. You can have it delivered.
That guy needs his muffler fixed. If you're an auto service, we could use someone out here right now.
Have it delivered, hopefully not by that guy. But.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Give it a good rap-a-tap-tap-tap. Once again, we're here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as our friends here at Benchwarmers. I'm Nate Mullins. We have the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. Once again, Scott Donaldson is our guest this week. Coach, let's talk some football.
Let's do it.
So first, I want to talk about this facility. You guys just opened the doors to the public, last week?
2 weeks ago.
Yep. Two weeks ago.
Yep.
So it is Frann's Fieldhouse.
Yep.
Explain the name.
Well, it was dedicated to Frann, and I'm going to completely blank on the full name, but and I actually had the pleasure to meet her. She passed away a little bit ago, but before that, she built the softball field down at Peaceful Valley and all that. She's a Heidelberg grad and played softball and a bunch of other sports too. She was a pistol, man. She was awesome. She was absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, she did pass away and left a very large gift to Heidelberg that was specifically earmarked for a field house and improvements to our athletic facilities. So, and that was a lot of money. And then, that kind of started the ball rolling. And a few years later, we had all the funding, and $28.2 million later, and we have an amazing facility.
Entirely donor funded.
Yeah, 100%. There is exactly
remarkable.
Zero Heidelberg dollars into that, and that's especially in today's economic climate, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Where we can still focus our not just our time and effort, but our funding on making the student experience as good as possible.
That's just a testament to the staff and the faculty over there. Just what you guys are able to do. Not just obviously it's a well-run institution, but to bring the community together, to bring everybody, alumni together, to be able to facilitate such a large undertaking like this. I mean, You drive by that place, it looks like the Death Star. I'm just saying, it sticks out. You're driving, it's a beautiful neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, dun 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 dun.
It's got some wow factor,
it pops for sure. So, all right, talk about this as a football coach. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not just for you. But it feels like it is.
Are you sure? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, and number one, obviously, it's recruiting.
Yeah.
All right. We start every visit in the field house. They park there, they meet there, and because it's such a wow factor. Oh, yeah. It not just on the outside, seeing the Death Star, but walking in the Death Star and seeing everything. They're going to be participating in all those facilities. It's got a huge wow factor. Yeah. Now, as an actual coach, it's unmatched. It's unmatched in Division III athletics. Having the indoor turf. That's
Greg went over and got some drone footage of it before we actually went on the air tonight. Literally, that was about an hour and a half ago. So you are seeing.
If you pan over about 100 yards straight that way, we're practicing. So, no, but having the weight room, oh my God, it's just, and obviously, I was a very small part of the planning just on that part, the weight room and getting the equipment and the layout, having 17 full racks and the space we have in there, but having that connected to the turf, connected to the indoor track, the training aspect, the training facilities of it are unmatched, and you can at me on that. There's nowhere that has that, especially in a Division III institution in Ohio, and having a full width turf field. And it's like I said, I still can't believe it. I've been working at Heidelberg for 22 years, and every time I walked in there today, and it still gives me goosebumps. The hair on my arms stands right up, and it's amazing.
Now, it's obviously going to have that new car smell for a long time.
It better. Because that smells amazing.
But with the football team moving in, it's got to start smelling like a locker room evenally, right?
Well, no, we're not over there. Luckily, our locker room is still, our locker room and offices are still where they're at, okay? Right. But we actually, last Tuesday, there was some weather coming in. And
I've seen that.
Yeah, so we went in there and practiced.
About that. That was
we
really
went
cool.
in there and had a full Tuesday practice. Where Tuesdays are full pads, get after it days. Yes, we had to adjust a little bit, but we were able to practice while it was thunderstorming outside. A full practice. That in and of itself is worth the money.
That's a luxury, man.
Wow. And like I said, it's unbelievable. It's still unbelievable to me.
So talk about it just a little bit more. Now, it's not just the football field inside. There's a track inside as well, obviously. There's some basketball courts.
Full 200-meter track with the basketball courts inside. I don't have the full specs, but the one thing that's a little bit different that not a lot of people have that actually our basketball alumni raised a lot of money for in the name of John Hill, who's still around and still everywhere, was putting a wood basketball court in there, which doesn't happen everywhere because, the Mondo flooring is great and everything, but as a basketball coach, the ball bounce is different.
It does.
Your breaks are a little different, so now our basketball team can actually practice in there. When we hold AAU tournaments, for example, we can have a full-size championship court, which is unbelievable. Then there's other courts on the outside. There's 6 pickleball courts, which I'm a huge pickleballer.
Nice.
Haven't been lately, but trust me, I'll get back into it. All right. My son beat me last summer, and then I kind of hung up.
Went into retirement for a little bit.
Yeah, got a little angry, broke the paddle, and now it's gone. No, it's gone. But then
Connor.
He's sneaky athletic, man. All right.
I wonder where he gets that from.
Thank God, my wife is his mom. All right. But and you have all the pickleball courts, and then obviously all the track accoutrements, the high jump, the long jump, all that fun stuff, and then the weight room. Plus, there's a training room. And then up top, there's actually a team room that can hold our entire team, which I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but there is only one room on Heidelberg's campus that can hold my entire team, and that's actually the theater. And I guess our theater majors and people performing want to use it, so I can't use it.
Well, I mean, that's sometimes in use for sure.
Well, and having a roster the size that we have, so now we can actually meet.
We're at like 120, 110?
We're about a 165 to 170. So
that's a lot of people to try to fit in one room.
Well, plus 14 coaches and what I mean, everything else like that, and they're not small people, so not all of them. So having that, and like I said, it's something. And listen, if you're in the Tiffin community, go out and check it out.
You have to.
It's pretty much open all day. I think till 8 o'clock at night. Just go in and walk through it. It's awe-inspiring.
And it's open to the public.
Yes, absolutely.
Go in there. There's a walk. Obviously, the track. You can walk around the track.
Yep.
Get your exercise in. So I mean, it's something that is obviously for Heidelberg, but it's built for the community.
Yes, and I think that's kind of everything Heidelberg's ever done.
Absolutely.
And we're all members of this community. We're all one Tiffin family, and we want to make sure. Obviously, our students have the facilities, but everyone in the community can use these facilities.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it. I haven't got a chance to go over there and check it out yet, but now that it's open, I'm going to go check it out probably sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Let me know.
I'm
I'll give you
pretty busy with playoffs coming up.
I'll give you a tour.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take you up on that for sure. So, Coach, let's talk a little football now.
Yeah.
Now you guys are sitting at 3-2, right? Coming off a big win.
Yeah, wild one.
That was crazy.
He had to be there. I think that game took about 9 years off my life. which probably means I got about negative 2 years left, if I'm doing the math right. But yeah, it was one of those games. Anytime you go down to Marietta, any road game in the OAC is tough. I don't care who you are, who you play. And Marietta is a very good football team, and having a 4-hour drive down to West Virginia, basically.
I mean, it pretty much is.
The bridge is right behind the stadium. The Ohio River is right behind the stadium. It's gorgeous. So yeah, a little bit of a haul, and then you got to play in the gray turf and getting that stuff. So it took a while to get our bearings. We first half was insane. I mean, insane. I think we had 1 first down on offense and turned the ball over 3 times in the first half, twice inside our own 15, and we're going into half 21-14.
Ouch.
It was ungodly.
After all of that, you still only down by 7.
That's what I mean, because we had a kick return for a touchdown. We had an 81-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, and then had a couple of stops here and there. And so we came out in the second half and just got back to basics, got back to what we do well, and that's running the dang football. All right, and I think by the fourth quarter, the guys were fighting their butts off, and that's the one thing about that game. Yes, that we made way too many mistakes the entire game, offense, defense, and special teams, but our kids fight. Our kids fight their asses off, man.
That's the identity you build with all these teams, man.
It's just a toughness thing. And it's not just a physical toughness thing. It's a mental toughness that, we're down 16 right before the fourth quarter, and you just find a way. Yeah. Find a way, and these kids found a way. And it was, like I said, that's why that game took about 9 years off my life. All right.
Now, you talk about gray turf.
Yeah.
What is that like to play on?
It's funny. To play on it, you don't really notice.
No?
No. Once you're in the game, once the flow gets going, you don't really notice. Where it sucks is watching film all week. All right? No, I'm serious. I've been doing this a long time. We watch a lot of film.
Yeah.
A lot of film. But Marietta week, for some reason, you'll be watching the film of their home games, and you'll just...
It's probably done on
No,
purpose.
but it's not. It's like... and I didn't realize it for a couple of years, and I'm like... Because it looked like you're watching a black and white TV.
It's in grayscale, yeah.
It's in grayscale. That's what it is. And I find myself dozing off within an hour of film when, usually I can go 4 or 5 hours strong, but, man, for some reason, it just sucks.
Playing mind games with you.
They did. Good job, Marietta. Good job. It does look cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks cool. But, yeah, I can't stand watching the film.
No. And so we're into OAC play now.
Yep.
And so big one this week, obviously.
Yeah.
It's always the big one.
It's a game.
It's a game. It's the game.
I know. And obviously, you play in the OAC to play against great competition.
That's right.
And this is obviously great competition we're going to play on Saturday. There's no doubt about it. So, but that's why you come to Heidelberg.
That's right.
To get those opportunities and to play against the best this nation has to offer week in, week out, and we get another one of those opportunities Saturday.
And it's not just, obviously, Mount. There's so many good teams in the OAC. You talk about yourself. Marietta is a good football team. Obviously, John Carroll every year, they're a good football team.
Yeah, but they left us.
They did?
Yeah.
See, this is where I'm at, folks. It's been
and
years
we're live
since I
right
talked
now.
to you,
I'm not going to say what I really think, but
right,
no,
good.
they're gone.
Good.
Yeah, they left. Okay, but Baldwin Wallace is an unbelievable football.
yeah.
Ohio Northern is a phenomenal
one.
football team. Capital Otterbein are significantly better. So, like I said, week in, week out, you get to play against the best. Obviously, Mount Union is phenomenal. All right, there's a reason. All right, they're number 2 in the nation, and if there's someone better than them, I don't sure as hell don't want to see them.
So, what is the game plan this week? Obviously, got to win. But what's the game plan to try to get that win? What are the keys to the game, if you will?
Well, the biggest thing when you're playing a team that good, all right. To be honest with you, you kind of have to play perfect. Yeah. All right, and yes, that is the absolute goal. Every single practice, every single meeting, every single game. All right, but this is a game you have to, because they can make you pay for every single mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, you get reached out of your gap. there's a 10-yard gain. All right, you have a misstep in man coverage, there's a touchdown. You have a bad get off on the O-line, that's a sack. All right, because they're good enough to make you pay for every single mistake. But again, it's not anything we don't preach every single game, every single practice. Okay. We just got to go out and damn do it.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, at the end of the day, you can say what you want to say, but you got to go out there and do it.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong. We practice, too. We have athletes. There's no doubt about it.
Put your legs on. Right? You put your pants on one leg at a time, right?
Well, and obviously, like I said, they're a great football team, but they still are 18 to 22-year-old kids that are going to make mistakes just like our guys.
Right.
All right. And we have to make them pay for those mistakes just like they have to make them pay for us. But there's no question it's going to be a tough football game.
For sure.
But that's one thing I think Heidelberg is, tough kids.
That's what you made them. That's what you made him, Coach. That's the culture you built. We're going to step aside and take a quick timeout, but when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more with Coach Donaldson here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Still time to get your order in, folks. Call it in, pick up, delivery, whatever you like. Still got a little bit of time. Come on in here and join us at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Coach's Corner, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as our friends here at Benchwarmers. We'll be right back after this.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Get to know the faces that bring you the best in sports, life, and everything in between. It's the Pulse Podcast. Every Monday at 7 o'clock on YouTube. Only on Heart of Ohio Sports. More than just a game, this is Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit the center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh,
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Set your lineup with confidence. It's Fantasy Football Focus every Sunday morning at 10:30. Join John Sherman, Brandon Banks-Shearer, and Sean Cole as they break down starts, sits, and sleepers all across the league. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, only from Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here with the Coach's Corner live at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. I'm here with Coach Scott Donaldson of Heidelberg Student Princes. Coach, I mean, there's not a whole lot that we still need to talk about, but I mean, I love sitting down and sitting under the learning tree with you, and I want to talk a little bit about recruiting.
Yeah.
Like, you have done a great job over the years of really kind of trying to keep the local kids local, and trying to keep these kids within this area, try to at least show them what Heidelberg's like and let them experience what that's like. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't happening before you, but like, is that something that you have taken kind of under your, like, that's an important thing to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to win my damn backyard. I want Heidelberg to be the premier location for small school kids in Northwest Ohio. All right. And ever since I've been head coach for the last 10 years, that has always been my philosophy, that if you're in that hour and a half radius of Heidelberg, and that's obviously a big radius, but and you can play college football for us, you're going to give us an answer, whether that's yes or no. But we are going to recruit you. All right. We want to win our backyard first. And like I said, that hour and a half radius, yes, covers west side of Cleveland, north side of Columbus, and, south side of Detroit. But that's where we should be, for lack of a better term, making our money. That's where we should be, because by and large, those kids know who Heidelberg is.
Yeah. All
right. And yes, we're a small school, and our alumni base is very fervent and active, but it's a smaller alumni base, and that's how we love it. But the kids within that hour and a half, you play in the SBC, you play, down in Mansfield, you know who Heidelberg is. All right. And that's where we should be going. Now, that being said, we have kids from all over the country on this roster. All right. But that's also by design. Northwest Ohio is extremely important to us. We want to win it, but I also want the South Florida kids, the Georgia kids, the Texas kids, the Pennsylvania kids, the Indiana, the Michigan, because one thing I do think of our football roster is it is very diverse, and I'm not just talking race, but yes, race, religion, background, upbringing. From all over this damn country, that's important. That's really important to me.
100%.
Because obviously, especially in small towns, it does get very homogenous, and you're only interacting with kind of very specific people. Well, you got to grow. Yeah. All right. And that's I think a big part of college, but a big part of just becoming a man. You got to grow. You got to get to know different upbringings, different type of people, different personalities. And we have all that on our roster. Trust me, it's a melting pot. It's awesome.
You definitely do. You got a lot of different cultures that you bring together. Now, when you guys have been good, you're bringing people from all over the country. Like, I remember when you had a solid class of like 20, 25 freshmen that were pretty much all from the Florida area. Like, there's a lot of
every
kids.
year.
Yeah, I mean, you do a good job in that area. Now, what is that like? Do you have guys that just kind of specialize in that area?
Yeah, me.
No, I'm
just kidding. No.
He's like, that's where I take my vacation.
Every February, someone has to recruit Miami, and I'll bite the bullet for that one. All right, I'm sorry, staff. I'll go to West Palm in Miami for a week, and I'll take that. But the funny thing is, you know what? Someone's got to do it. All right. The funny thing is, Heidelberg's been recruiting South Florida, and specifically Dade, Broward County, down Fort Lauderdale to Miami, since the 80s. And I think we were one of the first small schools to really get down there and really hit it, because there are no small schools down there. There's a lot of great football and a lot of people. There's no small college football. All right. And those kids want an opportunity to play. They want an opportunity to go to a small school. So we want to give them that opportunity. But that means there are alumni from the 80s, 90s, 2000s that are down there that are speaking the Heidelberg gospel down there. And so we already have some name recognition down there. Obviously, we've graduated so many South Florida kids the past 20 years specifically that we do have a name for ourselves down there. And it's really fun, It's obviously fun to go down there to recruit. All right, that's fun.
I mean, yeah.
All right, but it seeing the kids come up here to the Midwest is equally as fun,
For sure.
But even like a couple years ago, we had 9 Florida kids stay up here in the summer. They could have went back down to Miami and Fort Lauderdale, but they stayed in Tiffin for the entire summer because they loved it. They loved the guys we were with. They loved it here. And also there's Tiffin's a very safe place.
It is.
All right. Compared to, where, some places down south especially. And get a chance to be safe and really become a man. You know, outside of those wild distractions that you can get in those big cities. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, it was just kind of funny. I always tell that story, but yeah, all those Miami boys, they stayed here and they found jobs in Tiffin and had a blast.
So you've got a lot of guys that invest in the program after they're done. Mm-hmm. Like you've got guys that when they're done, they stick around and now they're on your coaching staff.
Yeah. You
know, Tremont Wiley.
Yeah.
One of the guys that he invested obviously throughout his career, went away for a little while, but then decided he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
And so talk about just the culture that you build there. What is it that brings these guys back and it makes them want to contribute and give back to that?
Well, I think, you know, you talk about culture. Culture is a lot of different things, a lot of million different things, but at the end of the day, it's a culture of love.
Yeah.
You know, we love our players. I tell them every damn day. I'm not shy about it. I love the young men that play for me, and those guys want to give back. They want to stay around that. They want to stay around that atmosphere, that culture. And if it's best for them, I'd love the guys to stay around. You know, obviously I love them when they play for me and when they coach with me. It's a blast having those guys around. But also, as a head coach, having people that know your culture, know who you are as a staff, know obviously the day in, day out protocol, things like that is hugely advantageous because it just makes life a lot easier. Yeah, being a head coach that, all right, this guy knows what I expect. He knows what I expect of my players. He knows what I expect of my coaches, and he can easily do that. So, like I said, selfishly, it's a big advantage. That being said, we have coaches from everywhere on our roster or everyone on our coaching staff because you can't just have your own guys.
Yep.
You need other ideas.
Yeah.
You need, hey, at so-and-so school, we did it this way, and that might not work for Heidelberg, or, hey, let's give it a try, because I think if you remain stagnant, and that could be on the football field, in the weight room, or especially in recruiting, if you do the same thing over and over again, it's going to get stagnant. Yeah. It's going to get boring for the coaches, which means it's going to be boring for the players. And you need those new ideas, need that new blood to really just spice things up a little bit. New ideas.
100%. So your boy goes to Columbian. Mm-hmm. You got a couple of former players on that staff.
4.
Yeah, I said a couple. 4 former players on that staff.
Yeah.
Now, do they spend any extra time with him because he's your boy, or is it just kind of like, I'm just
I hope not. I hope not. I was worried about that, though. I'll be very honest with you. My son plays O-line and D-line, and Connor's an amazing young man, okay? I hope he's not watching. Don't tell him I told you that.
Not just sports, all around.
He's just a great kid.
100%
okay?
great kid.
Don't tell him that. I need to keep him humble. All right?
Don't make his head too big.
All right? But, he plays D-line. His 2 D-line coaches are 2 D-linemen for me, all right? And so it was a little bit of a worry that, hey, I hope he's not getting treated different. You know what I mean? But luckily, the Judd runs such an amazing program over there, and his coaches know exactly what to do and what to expect. So that has not been an issue at all, other than he gets to see this coaches over in my garage now and again. And
all right, so Coach, let me get your final thoughts here before we wrap this up. Now, obviously, the new facility, new things around. Did it take a little bit of time to kind of settle into this season now with all this stuff going on with, moving in? Did it kind of distract a little bit from the season?
It probably did that 1 week. And I'll be honest, homecoming week, we played at Capitol and ended up getting a really good win. But I'll be honest, looking back, it probably did. It's just and yes, as a coach, you can talk about it. You can show the kids that nothing else is there's no distractions, but there are. Yeah, there are, and I need to find a better way when those things are happening to keep everyone focused.
Taking off all the plastic, peeling off everything in the facility. Like, there's distractions for sure, man. It's opening up a new toy.
Yes, yes, and there's 100 alumni coming back, and which is amazing, and I love every second of it. But yes, it becomes a distraction eventually, and it probably did. But other than that, we're back to normal. You know what I mean? We got the first practice in there. We got the eyes were wide and everything. I had to calm them down at first, but after that, we've kind of fell back into rhythm.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Any shout-outs before I let you go here tonight?
Just number one, I think Seneca County is so blessed with not just amazing people, and I've lived here for 22 years, but very specifically amazing football coaches.
Yeah.
And
100%.
And Coach Lutz, Coach Lento, Coach Koch, even Coach Ekins over at Tiffin. These are great people. Not just great coaches, but great people, and I want to give a shout out to them because they've helped me along the way, and hopefully I've been able to help them in some way or form. But they're just absolutely amazing, and the young people in this community are so blessed to have these people leading their football programs. That I hope everyone realizes that.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
What's the message to Berg Nation heading into this one against Mount?
Well, let's come out here 1:30 on Saturday, and let's go have some fun, boys.
Pack the castle.
Hell yeah,
right?
Pack the castle. That's why you make the big bucks,
That's
man.
right.
You got the trademark. Let's go.
All right, folks. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the Coach's Corner. Once again, my guest, Scott Donaldson. Thanks again. Appreciate your time,
Appreciate you,
partner.
buddy.
Absolutely. Make sure you share the video, folks. Like, follow, subscribe. That helps us, obviously. But if you share the video, we reach new audiences. That helps us more than you know. So, once again, Coach's Corner brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as our friends here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. For Greg the Wizardkin, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.